to Pendleton. It is, I'm eating chocolate too, which is why I have this strange speech impediment. But I'm actually, I drove to Salem today to help my friend Eric acquire a new vehicle. And actually, he just needed transport there so we could drive the vehicle back. So it was kind of a fun day. I went, we left Eric, actually I went up, picked up Eric at his house. He lives about half an hour, 35 minutes east of Pendleton. And I went up to his house and picked him up there last night. And then he spent the night at our house, and we left at 7 o'clock this morning. And actually, so yes, I'll tell you more about last night later. But so we left at 7 o'clock this morning and drove to Salem. We're there by 11 o'clock. I dropped him off and went back to Portland. And I went and visited Apple Music Store. Apple, which is not associated with Apple Computers. It's a local music store in Portland. And I went and played their nice guitars, and it was fun. And then Eric and I went to Hood River. Well, actually, one of our colleagues is actually having open heart surgery on Tuesday for a bad valve. And so he was in the hospital down there, so we went and visited him. And then we went to Hood River and had lunch at 4 o'clock. And so I'm on my way home now. And I thought I'd just make a little video because I am driving on the road. There was some stuff I wanted to talk about, that I wanted to tell you guys about. And now I'm having trouble remembering it. But let me start with last night I went down to Great Pacific and played pickup music with there's a bluegrass group, or actually it's not a group. It's on Saturday evenings from 4 to 7. They play bluegrass or folk music, and they just do, it's a jam. And so I'd never gone down and done that, and I thought I should do that. And I had the energy to do it because I'm not coaching soccer, and it was really fun. I had a good time. I'll probably try to go back down more regularly because I'm learning. It helps me learn things, and learning things is always good. So yeah, that was fun. There was something else. Oh, I know what else. So yeah, this is great. So I left my house, and Kuru knows Great Pacific is, 3/4 of a mile from our house. And usually I walk when I go down there, but since I had the guitar last night, I drove. And I left the house at 4 o'clock, even though the jam starts at 4. And it took me 25 minutes to get there because first I stopped to talk to Scott Fairley, my neighbor across the street. And so Scott is a really great guy, super extroverted, really friendly, and his job is he is the economic development outreach person, coordinator or something for the governor of Oregon. So he works directly he's a political appointee for the governor. Whoa, big tire in the middle of the road. So he advises the governor, or he doesn't advise the governor. He basically tries to facilitate economic development for the governor's office here in Pendleton. Oh, that big tire was from this trailer up here that I'm about to pass. Either that or they hit it. I don't know. Yes, it's from the trailer. That's why there was a big trailer. you guys maybe will see that behind me as I pull forward here. Maybe not. Anyway, exciting. Yeah, the governor's office. He works for the governor's office. Anyway, Scott is a great guy. Works for the governor's office, but he loves to talk about the economic outlook of the country and our economic and the sustainability of both our economic and our natural resource exploitation systems. And he's a bit of a gloom and doom guy. He's a bit of a, he just doesn't believe that what we're doing is sustainable. And interestingly, his wife, who was the Children's Museum, the children's librarian at our local library, just got a job in Austin, Texas. And he went down to visit Austin with her, and he's like, I can't live there, I can't move there. So she's going to take that job for a year. She's doing it 1 year, and they're going to kind of have a long distance relationship for this year. But he's examining. He's like, his wife thinks he's nuts, and he went down to Austin. He's like, Austin is a pit, and it's unsustainable, and it's it's not. He's like, I can't live there. It's horrible. It's all the worst of everything. It's all this water exploitative use of water in a desert. It's just not a place where you should have huge populations. It doesn't make sense. So anyway, I had this long conversation with Scott about this, and I passed him on the road and just stopped to talk to him. He was walking his dog, and he's going to come over for dinner on Friday. We're going to talk about this. So if you have anything you want to add to that, let me know. And then, so I start driving, talk to Scott. I've gone 4 blocks, and I get a phone call from Rocky Dillenberg, who's he's like the grandfather of soccer, all things soccer in Pendleton, Oregon. In particular, he coaches the high school girls team right now. And so he called me to ask that apparently there's a home game in the Roundup grounds on Tuesday, and he asked if I would be the announcer for his home game, and he wants me to announce all the girls at the beginning and call important events like corner kicks and goals and that sort of thing. So I said, yeah, he was like, I thought of you because you're the only guy I know who has any soccer experience who's ever been behind a microphone. So a ringing endorsement if I've ever heard one. So yeah, I'm going to do that on Tuesday, and it should be kind of fun. So I guess that's just about all I've got. I took a little video on the way in of Mount Hood, and it was gorgeous with the sun behind us. I will maybe clip that on at some point. But I hope you guys are both doing well. I hope you've had good weekends. Nikki, I hope you're doing all right with your grandmother. And I will